In our quest to understand reality, we often find ourselves grappling with a profound question. Does our mind perceive the true essence of existence, or does it merely interact with illusions? This notion isn't just a philosophical musing, but a question that can transform how we live, think, and interact with the world around us. Let's begin by exploring the nature of perception. Our senses act as the primary interface between our internal world and the external environment. What we see, hear, and feel are all processed by our brain, which interprets these sensory inputs based on past experiences, beliefs, and expectations. Here lies the first clue. Perception is not merely a direct reflection of reality, but a construction. This means that what we perceive as reality is actually a personal interpretation, shaped by our mental filters. Consider the implications of this. Each person lives within their own perceived reality, slightly different from the realities of others. This variance can be subtle or profound, depending on one's life experiences, culture, and psychological state. For instance, two people might witness the same event, a heated argument, and interpret it differently based on their own backgrounds and emotional states. This brings us to an important recognition. If our perceptions can differ, which of them, if any, represent the true reality? This question is crucial because it underpins how we construct our understanding of the world. It suggests that what we often consider as solid truth might, in fact, be a personal or collective illusion. Now, let's dive deeper into the concept of illusion. In many spiritual traditions, the world we perceive is often described as an illusion, a temporary and changeable facade beneath which lies a more profound, immutable truth. In this context, the illusions are not just errors in perception, but are the very nature of how we experience the world through our senses and mind. These traditions urge us to look beyond these illusions to understand the essence of true reality, a reality that is constant and unchanging. To explore this further, we can look at science, particularly quantum physics, which reveals that at a fundamental level, particles do not have definite states unless they are observed. This discovery challenges the notion of a concrete reality existing independent of our observation, suggesting instead that our observations might actually shape the reality we experience. So how can we move beyond these illusions? The first step is awareness. By becoming aware of the nature of our perceptions, we can start to question them. This doesn't mean dismissing our experiences, but rather viewing them with a critical eye, recognizing that our understanding of the world is limited and filtered through our subjective lenses. We can also cultivate practices that help us transcend our usual modes of perception. Meditation, for instance, allows us to quiet the mind and reduce the noise of our constant internal dialogues and judgments. In the stillness of a meditative state, we might begin to sense a different type of awareness, an awareness not tethered to the biases and constructs of the mind. In practical terms, this awareness can lead to profound changes in how we live our lives. By recognizing the illusory nature of our perceptions, we can become more open to other perspectives, more compassionate towards others, and more humble about our own understanding of truth. Let us consider now, how often in your daily life do you accept your first interpretation of events as the absolute truth? Could there be other ways to view these events that you haven't considered? As we conclude this first part, remember that understanding the distinction between perception and reality is not about finding definitive answers, but about embracing the journey towards greater awareness and understanding, decoding the mind's mirage, unlocking the secrets of perception and reality. In this second segment of our exploration, we delve into the mechanisms through which our mind constructs realities and how we can train ourselves to see beyond these constructs. Understanding the workings of the mind is essential in deciphering the line between illusion and reality. Our minds are incredibly complex systems that not only process sensory information, but also assign meaning to this information based on past experiences, emotions, and deeply ingrained beliefs. This process is largely automatic, which is why we often aren't aware of these underlying mechanisms that shape our perception of reality. The mind's tendency to categorize and label the world around us is a fundamental aspect of human cognition, but can also be a source of illusion. For example, when we label people or situations with broad strokes, we are often overlooking the nuanced and complex nature of reality. How many times have we judged a situation to be bad only to realize later that it led to positive outcomes? This is a classic example of the mind's propensity to fit complex realities into simpler, more digestible narratives. Another significant aspect to consider is the role of the ego in shaping our perceptions. The ego, which constructs our sense of identity, continuously reinforces narratives that align with our self-image and dismisses those that don't. This can lead to a skewed perception of reality, where we see only what we want to see, thereby solidifying our illusions. The influence of emotions on our perception cannot be overstated. Emotions color our experiences so powerfully that the same event can be perceived in dramatically different ways depending on our emotional state at the time. When we are angry, for instance, we are more likely to perceive others' actions as hostile, which may not be an accurate representation of their intentions. Now, how can we train our minds to see beyond these illusions? The first step is developing mindfulness, the practice of being present and fully engaged with the moment, without interpretation or judgment. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This can be incredibly liberating, as it helps us realize that we are not our thoughts or emotions. We merely experience them. Another powerful technique is to regularly challenge our beliefs and assumptions. This involves questioning why we think the way we do and considering alternative perspectives. By doing so, we can slowly loosen the grip of entrenched beliefs that may be distorting our perception of reality. Reflection is also crucial. Regularly taking time to reflect on our experiences can help us understand how our perceptions are formed. This understanding can pave the way for adjusting our perceptions to be more in alignment with reality. Reflecting on why we reacted a certain way or why we felt a particular emotion can provide insights into the workings of our mind and its influence on our perception of reality. In your daily life, how often do you stop to question the automatic judgments or categorizations your mind makes? Have you considered that there might be more to what you perceive? As we wrap up this part of our discussion, it's important to remember that the journey to seeing through the illusions crafted by our mind is ongoing. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to look deep within ourselves. Navigating the mirage, the impact of collective beliefs on our perception of reality. As we delve deeper into our exploration of reality versus illusion, it becomes imperative to examine how not just individual perceptions, but also collective beliefs shape our understanding of the world. Society, culture, and community play significant roles in molding these beliefs, often creating a shared illusion that we accept as reality without question. Collective beliefs are the shared assumptions and values that bind a group together. These beliefs can range from simple social norms and moral codes to complex religious doctrines and national ideologies. While they serve the purpose of creating order and a sense of unity, They can also obscure our view of reality by presenting a standardized version of truth that may not coincide with actuality. One prominent area where we see the power of collective beliefs is in the media. The portrayal of events, people, and places often goes through a filter of cultural and editorial biases, shaping public perception to fit a particular narrative. Over time, these media-driven narratives can solidify into collective beliefs that are rarely questioned by the masses. Consider, for example, how different countries might report differently on the same international event, each aligning with their national perspective or interest. The education system is another powerful influencer of collective beliefs. What is taught in schools, the stories and histories that are highlighted, and those that are omitted, shape young minds into a common understanding of the world. This educational narrative can enhance a specific worldview, often at the expense of a broader or more objective understanding of complex issues. Furthermore, societal norms and values, which dictate acceptable behavior and beliefs, can also lead to a conformity that stifles individual perception and critical thinking. This conformity ensures social cohesion, but it can also prevent individuals from questioning or seeing beyond the established norms to the more nuanced realities of life. How, then, can we begin to see through these collective illusions to grasp a more authentic reality? One effective method is to expose ourselves to a variety of perspectives. This can be achieved through travel, reading diverse literature, engaging in conversations with people from different backgrounds, and consuming media from varied sources. Each new perspective offers a potential crack in the mirrored walls of our societal echo chambers, allowing us to peek at what lies beyond. Another crucial approach is critical thinking. This involves not just passively consuming information, but actively questioning it, looking for sources, and understanding the context. By fostering a habit of critical thinking, we equip ourselves to discern biases and motivations that may be shaping the information presented to us. Moreover, engaging in dialogue and debate can be instrumental. When we discuss and argue ideas in a respectful manner, we challenge both our own and others' preconceptions. This process can illuminate biases and bring us closer to a more nuanced understanding of reality. In your life, how often do you find your views aligning with those around you without fully understanding why? Have you ever stopped to question the deeper reasons behind your strongly held beliefs? As we conclude this section, remember that our journey towards understanding true reality is not about dismissing all beliefs, but about recognizing which of these are based on deeper truths and which are convenient illusions. Embracing the abyss, the liberating power of uncertainty in perceiving reality. In this final installment of our exploration into the nature of reality and illusion, we confront perhaps the most challenging yet liberating aspect: embracing uncertainty. The acknowledgement of not knowing can paradoxically become a profound pathway to deeper understanding and truth. Throughout our journey, we've seen how personal perceptions, collective beliefs, and societal constructs shape what we consider to be real. Each layer adds its own distortion, potentially moving us further away from an objective understanding of truth. However, by embracing uncertainty, we can begin to dismantle these layers and open ourselves to a more authentic engagement with the world. Uncertainty is often viewed negatively, a state to be avoided. It conjures feelings of discomfort, insecurity, and fear. However, shifting our perspective on uncertainty can transform it from a source of anxiety to a tool for growth. Uncertainty invites curiosity, encourages exploration, and demands that we question rather than accept. How does one begin to embrace uncertainty? It starts with the recognition that our knowledge is always partial, our perceptions are inherently limited, and our beliefs are often conditioned. This doesn't mean that all beliefs or knowledge are incorrect, but rather that they should be held with a degree of flexibility, open to revision and challenge. Practically, this means cultivating an attitude of inquiry in all aspects of life. It involves asking more questions and being okay with not having immediate answers. This inquiry shouldn't be confined to external subjects, but should include introspective questioning about why we think and feel as we do, what influences our beliefs, and how we can remain open to changing them. Mindfulness and meditation can be powerful practices in this endeavor. They help us become aware of our thought processes, making it easier to notice when we're clinging to certainty or closed to other possibilities. Through mindfulness, we can observe our reactions to uncertainty, often resistance or discomfort, and learn to sit with these feelings without immediately trying to resolve them. Another key element is the acceptance of multiple truths. In many situations, particularly those involving human behavior and societal issues, there can be several truths coexisting. Understanding this can reduce our need for absolute certainty and increase our tolerance for ambiguity, enriching our interactions and broadening our perspectives. Finally, embracing uncertainty means being willing to live with the mystery. Some questions about the universe and our existence are still unanswered and may remain so. Learning to appreciate the mystery without rushing to fill it with convenient explanations is a profound acceptance of the nature of our reality. Reflect on your own life. Where might you be assuming too much certainty? Are there beliefs or perceptions you hold that could benefit from a more open, inquisitive approach? In conclusion, as we navigate the complex interplay between illusion and reality, embracing uncertainty emerges not as a state of deficiency, but as a powerful stance of openness. It challenges us to continually learn, adapt, and grow. By acknowledging the limits of our knowledge and the influence of our perceptions, we can strive for a truer connection with the world around us. Thank you for joining this philosophical journey. May it inspire you to always seek deeper understanding and to cherish the vast, beautiful unknown.